iffy safeties, and it felt awkward. I knew from then on it was going to be a tough game to get through today. But credit to him, he played very, very well. Probably the best I've seen for a first visit here. He hardly missed the ball today, so he deserves a lot of credit for that. And I think he'll take a lot from it today. I felt it was a good game. We both played some good stuff. I felt the standard was very high. If I play like that throughout the tournament, I think I'll have a good chance.
And the last man through to the last 16 was Sean Murphy. Having been 7-2 ahead after the first session of his match against Finland's Robin Hull, the 2005 champion needed little over an hour this evening to secure the 3 frames he required to ease into the second round for the 10th time in 13 visits to the Crucible. Looking good for a 147 at one stage in the final frame, Murphy lost position on the 10th red, but by then the frame was as good as over and he went on to register his 40th century of the season. It was a disappointing 4th Crucible appearance for Hull, who's yet to progress beyond the opening round. 10-3 the final score.
I'm very happy to get through that first match. You know, Robin's a very, very good player, and a massive potential banana skin there avoided for me. You know, he came here very, very sharp, having come through the qualifiers, and anyone involved in snooker to any level knows who he is, knows what he's capable of, as do I. And you know, very, very pleased to come through. My game's never been in as good shape. I'm scoring well, my safety's good, my long potting's there. And you know, I'm back to playing my old-fashioned style of, if the shot's on, I'm probably going to go for it. So everyone should come with a mask, with a helmet on, you know, watching, because anything could happen.
So certainly a case of 2 of the big hitters in this year's championship, you would think. They've made the progress. What have you thought of them?
I think, yeah, they did their job very well. I think Sean Murphy was excellent, got off to a great start, then turned the tables in the next couple of frames, so he got off to a flyer, and then looked so strong that I don't think ever Robin Hull was in the match. Judd Trump had to work a bit harder, but once again, he had 7-2 lead overnight, and really you've done the damage in the first session, so they can be very pleased with themselves. OK, Steve, so both Sean and Judd through to the second round, and this is how they line up in the draw. Mark Selby, the defending champion, faces Anthony McGill. News of that match on the way.
Joe Perry plays Sean Murphy. They start on Sunday.
It's Barry Hawkins against Northern Ireland's Mark Allen.
Ali Carter and the 2010 champion Neil Robertson get going on Saturday.
Already underway, Ding Junhui and John Higgins. Action coming up later.
Hong Kong's Marco Fu will face Judd Trump.
Graham Dott, one of 6 former champions still in the field, takes on Stuart Bingham in the morning.
And Wales' last man standing, Matthew Stevens, will look to stop Ronnie O'Sullivan. So round 2 is the best of 25 frames. Mark Selby took on Scottish qualifier Anthony McGill earlier this afternoon, and here's what happened in the first 8 frames.
Defending champion isn't relaxed yet.
And Anthony McGill, just the start that he was after.
The angle is so good, he may have to do it.
What a start for this young ginger-haired magician. And he's played that perfectly.
He's got his first frame on the board.
More of a little grimace there, wasn't it, than a smile. We go to the mid-session interval. It's even Stevens, 2 frames all. Now let's see where this goes. Tell you what, hang on a minute. What a shot! That's more like it from the defending champion. It's 3 in a row for Mark Selby. What about that for a shot? What an absolute gem of a shot. But he's still going to pot the black.
Oh, he's missed it.
It's 4 frames all.
So, as Steve would say himself, a very interesting session.
Yes, I suppose most people thought that Mark Selby was going to win the match comfortably, not knowing Anthony McGill, but both players quite relaxed. But I think Anthony McGill, amazingly, just grinning from ear to ear. And it wasn't because he didn't think he had a chance in the match, he's just enjoyed himself at the Crucible Theatre. And he had a chance to win the session 5-3. Potted the pink, was perfectly on the black, really, but was still smiling as he missed it. And then Mark Selby potted it for a grateful 4-4 at the end of the session.
OK, Steve, thanks very much. Time to turn our attention to 2 men whose head-to-head record is actually 8 apiece, but have never met at the Crucible Theatre. China's Ding Junhui and Scotland's John Higgins. It was Higgins who took the first 2 frames. We're going to pick it up in the third. It's Higgins to play, no score.
I was going to say, if he doesn't catch this right, surely he'll lose the red. It cuts. It definitely cuts. And John wasn't too happy with the way it rolled. He was trying to get right in to the cushion on the red. He knew he couldn't hit the red going, as we could see, but did it roll off? Well, maybe it did just drift to the left slightly.
1.
And you just feel for his own self-belief here, Will, that he's got to start scoring from these opportunities, hasn't he?
Another break of 30 in the opening 2 frames. Highest break only 24 at the moment. And he was in the balls really nicely then when he broke down on 24. Not a great chance yet until he gets the black in play. The pink's out of play at the moment. Black very soon will be in play when he gets rid of the red that's over the pocket. That's the one he's playing for now. Oh, he's got into the cue ball a bit too much there. He'll still have to play that red that's over the pocket, I think. But the colour's not guaranteed. Lots of check side needed here to go up for blue or bought colour.
Yeah, when we just say check side, he'll play this with left-hand side, because the natural angle is to pot the red and run into the other red, so lots of left-hand side. Well, he's one of them that puts them on late, is he? What's he playing? Oh, he thinks he can get on the pink. Beautifully played. That's more like the Ding we know. Yeah, when I first saw him playing that, I thought, well, why isn't he playing with side on? I suppose, in a way, there was a little bit of a risk playing for the pink, but he judged the cannon to perfection. And that's why everybody in the game rates Ding Junhui when he gets in his position, because he can play those little cannons that he played to get on the pink there. So let's see what he can do with this. He's created an opportunity for himself here, and it's a good one.
Yeah, not this season, but up until and including last season, he was probably the best break builder in the game. You know, I mean, just every time he got in, he was making 100.
13. Yep.
Well, he's either overhit that or he's got to bounce, because he didn't want to have this potting angle on the black. Yeah, it flew off the top cushion. I've been talking to 1 or 2 players, Willie, I don't know about you, but a few of them have said they're not too happy with the conditions. Said there's been 1 or 2, or too many heavy contacts and too many bounces.
20.
Tables look lovely from up here, but we've never missed a shot in the commentary box, have we? Never had a kick, never had a big bounce. Certainly never missed a black off the spot. Now you see, there's the bar showing you 69 is the target to get to Snooker's required.
And that's a good pace, and that's the thing, that the beauty of Ding as well. When he's playing well, I know he's not playing well at the moment, but when he is playing well, he very rarely gets the wrong side of the blue. He's very, very good at using that shot nicely. Played most of last season, didn't he, in a grey suit. And that's probably the reason he sacked that one. He didn't have a very good season.
Well, I don't know, wearing a grey suit, winning 5 tournaments, but he didn't do well here. So maybe grey doesn't go with the Crucible. I like a dark suit and a nice white, crisp shirt. Trying to reach this red, but he's having to get the rest. So far, so good. He's taking this opportunity nicely.
Yes, I think it'll be a little surprised now if he didn't score enough at this visit to win the frame, and saying that he's played for one in the middle again this time, which is he's going to work on the pink for a couple of shots just to get rid of these 2 reds to the right of the pink. Looks like he's going up for the blue now, not playing for the pink.
34. $39. 40.
Slightly overhit, but it's okay because the 2 reds to the right of the pink spot there, they both pot in the same pocket as playing the pink. I've noticed, John, in his first round match against Mark Davis, his tip looks a little bit bigger than he's normally playing with. It's, you know, it's almost a brand new one. Usually people kind of shave it off or practice with it till it's knocked in. But that looks a big tip for he's played.
Yeah, it is. You're right. I mean, they normally look, as you say, look like that when you just put a new one on. But most players would play one that's been knocked in. In fact, I know a lot of players used to put new tips on other
54.
players' cues and let them knock it in and then take it off and stick it on theirs. But I presume he's getting plenty of practice with it, so he's comfortable, but...
55.
But having watched him all last season when he was playing really well, he never once had a tip that big. Never.
Well, he must be comfortable with it. Normally with a new tip, it's when you come to play with side on
62.
that you really feel the effects of a new tip. There it is. Yeah, it looks. It's a big one. Normally they're a bit more domed than that as well.
63.
But meantime, he's only 1 shot away from winning his first frame of this match.
And then it goes. And he's taking these really well. John Higgins thought the table just rolled off slightly when he left in the opening red, but he played an excellent positional shot to get on the pink. And 71. This is a bit more like the Ding Junhui we know. He's taking these really well.